Yo, what up guys, Impervious back with another video here on my channel. This is my Assassin's Creed Syndicate, no upgrade playthrough. I have done it before on this channel, but I have deleted these videos because I haven't played this game. And like these episodes I did upload became obsolete for me and I just haven't made videos on it. But here I am, back again with this kind of playthrough. No upgrades. I mean, safe to say this no upgrade run isn't really a no upgrade run because the game forces you to do upgrades, you know. But more on that later because we haven't reached that point yet, you know. This game also had an update a couple months ago. It now runs on 60 FPS for consoles. I don't know if it was just a general update for this game for PC and console, but you know, I've just seen that it now had an update, and yeah, now this game runs smoother, more flowier, and yeah, we like that, you know. And I mean, on PC, you know, you can upgrade your PC to have better frame rate, FPS. So it's better for consoles to have that upgrade because, you know, these consoles have a specific like frame rate, hertz, whatever, you know. And it's really good. Oh no, my drink, no. Yeah, need to clean that. Oh, and we get a little tutorial for an air assassination, classic Assassin's Creed. And I just love this writing right here. The sanitary inspector, this man is dead. Jacob Fry as a character didn't really click for me, you know, as you progress through this game, or as I have progressed through this game. You know, like in the first few missions, he's actually very good. I like his writing, you know. He tries to be funny and it clicks, you know. He is funny, you know. Sometimes he get a laugh. He is getting a laugh out of me, you know. But yeah, as you progress through this game, he becomes like more, like, I don't know, like, yeah, he just becomes like very weird. I don't know how to say it right now, but yeah, yeah. As you also have seen, we had a little tutorial for combat. Like, this game's combat isn't really hard. It's actually pretty easy, but it is heavily indicator based, you know. And to play this game without any HUD it doesn't work quite as good as when you play other games without any HUD, you know. And for example, like with AC Unity, in the first like few missions, you don't really need any HUD because, you know, you don't have, you aren't an assassin, you know, and like you playing with no HUD or no indicator, no UI becomes more easy, you know, than to play Assassin's Creed Syndicate with no HUD, you know. But, you know, as you play this game more, of course, it becomes pretty easy. You have the controls down, and yeah. I only have a couple things in my UI, in my HUD. So, for example, my tool indicator, I have that on, you know. Puppeteer we don't really need, you know, because I know the control of this game. Pretty easy. Now we have to make our way through here, through these pipes and onto these chains to get to our target, Rupert Ferris. We have to locate him through this factory, have to progress through it, and yeah, kill a couple enemies on the way. Okay, now here he is. Rupert Ferris. He's a very... Oh, no, I've already talked about that. Yeah. We have to assassinate him. Now, the mission becomes to assassinate him, and not only to locate him, talks to his worker, which he doesn't like. Yeah. Have to get rid of him. You know, you see all of these enemies, you know. Like, first off, I just like played through like these like hallway of the factory, blah blah blah. I've gone down there, play their normal way, I should say, you know, to get all these enemies killed, you know, because I like this game, you know, very much. But now, as I've made more progress in this game, and I've played this game many more times, I found this route, you know, to just make the enemies obsolete and to forget about them, you know, because we can just come up here, run over these pipes, kill a couple of guys on the way, make our way to this entry point, do a little leap down here, up this pipe, and air assassinate Rupert Ferris. That was it for him. We are gonna skip cutscenes in this game because this game is already pretty long, even longer than Unity, without any cutscenes, you know. So we don't need to watch them, you know. And you probably are here, if you watch this video, to see me play this game with no upgrades, as to also watch these cutscenes, you know. So now we get into a bit of combat here on this train. We need to escape, you know. Boom, counter. Boom, 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 boom. I get a double finisher here. Easy, kick this guy off the train. Get a double kill. No touchbacks. And more enemies are arriving. Get a couple ledge kills here. And we're all done with this mission. You know, Jacob derails the train, or the train is getting derailed because these spiders have changed the course of that train to fall off a cliff. And now we are on to Evie, who is the second twin. You know, we're on a train to get to our next target that we need to eliminate. He's called Sir David Brewster, which is also a Templar, you know. One thing I really don't like about AC Syndicate as much is the sneak system. You know, one thing I will actually say, that the cover system, which comes into play with this sneak system, is pretty good. You know, the cover system of this game is chef's kiss. It's really chef's kiss, you know. But I don't like that you only get to have the hood on when you sneak, you know. Now we detach the locomotive and get into a more player-based environment, more vast, more open environment. We're just gonna run past these guards, get up this fast lift right here, and reach this vantage point. We get a little being assassin tutorial, which is kind of cute, kind of nice, you know, because even though, you know, it is Syndicate and it has some elements that are bringing the RPG elements into this game, which is continuing with AC Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, Shadows, blah blah blah, you know. it still tries to get into this narrative of still being an assassin, which is pretty good, you know. One trick you have seen me done earlier is like when we are still on the train, I whistled these guys over to distract them so I could just run past them. Yeah, next time when you do this mission, notice that tip and note that tip and you'll be fine. Easy, you know. I believe this is the fastest way to get to this checkpoint, you know, to get up here and, yeah, to just rush through this mission, you know. Like I said, I've played this game too much times to know this. We almost get detected here, and good thing we still get the assassination prompt. I actually was kind of lost right here, but we have found our objective. There's two guys interrogating this good man. We can just kill these guys real quick, and this is an automation activating cutscene. We will of course be skipping that, and now we have to locate a key to get to the laboratory, you know, which this good fellow has. Good fellow has been telling us where to go. You know, my mic muted there for a second because I haven't touched my controller. Because I have this setting after 10 minutes when I leave the controller on idle, it just turns off. Because power saving settings, you know. Activate Eagle Vision here for a second to locate this key that we need to steal. Now I just like free run down, get a little air assassination, then loot this key, and we are off. You know. Make our way up here so we don't need to fight the enemies. You know. Now, one thing I really like is that AC Syndicate, you know, it gets introduced very nicely, you know. It teaches you to be an assassin. It, you know, it just makes a cool opening for players to get to know this game and to really emphasize this assassin playstyle, even though, like I've already said, this game features some RPG stuff. But that's fine, you know, because the Hidden Blade still one-shots. Now we have to locate the entrance of the laboratory, and by doing that we have to make our way up here through these rafters and pipes. And yeah, now we can just air assassinate that guy, and we have located that entrance. Get a little cutscene here, which we probably couldn't skip, and I mean I didn't skip that. Activate the lever for the elevator, go down, and now upcoming, we have acquired 2 skill points to get a tutorial for skill upgrades, and now we have to make an upgrade, because then, you know, the mission doesn't progress. And like, I mean, you can play through this mission still, but after you have finished this mission, blah 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 blah, finished this mission, you still are forced to do that upgrade because the game forces you to do upgrades. You know, we get a little double assassination because we have acquired that skill. And the reason I do it for Evie, even though it's still like runs on Jacob, which is pretty bad, you know, is because Evie has way lesser missions than Jacob does, you know, and we want to do an upgrades run, so it makes sense that we get the skills for the character who we play less, you know. Make our way through here. Now we get a little cutscene that introduces Sir David Brewster, and now we get the objective to assassinate. Make our way over here very quick. I get detected by this guy down here. Like, not really detected, but we get seen by him. The SSI meter didn't really cap through. I make my way to eliminate a couple of guards right here to make a safe way. Run up here, equip the throwing knives. We really do not need to care about full sync because, you know, we do an upgrade run. We don't really care about these full syncs, you know. Sometimes we do them, sometimes we do not. And now the Piece of Eden is overstimulating because Brewster did Rushik's experiment on this Piece of Eden, and now the laboratory is exploding because that's what games do, you know, and because we like Uncharted. Yeah. This is actually a cutscene. You don't need to press any input right here. Now we move on. This is also a cutscene. You don't need to press any input right here. Slide under this debris and make ourselves up here. You don't need to like actually go on this right side of these wooden planks. You can just like hop over there, you know, go to the right side, then just hop up. And that's basically it for the first and second sequence of this Assassin's Creed Syndicate upgrades. I hope you liked it, and if you do, please leave us up or consider to leave us up and give a like, and I'll see you in the next one.